After watching a couple of videos of lentil bread on internet, I decided to create this recipe. So this is very similar to what you have available, but a little bit changes I made. So it won't be gluten free, but it will be equally tasty and healthy. Let's begin. So I soak 1 cup lentils. I rinse them and soak them for an hour. And I'm going to blend it in a blender. So use as little water as possible, because the more water you use, the more flour you have to add. Just add tiny bit of water at a time and blend until smooth. So I already got my yeast ready. So this is a mixture of 2 tablespoons of yeast with 1 teaspoon of sugar and 2 tablespoons of water, and I let it rise for 10 minutes. And water, you should use warm water. And now I'm going to add the blended lentils, and we're going to mix it well. Once the mixture is ready, now we're going to add 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 tablespoon of oil here. You can also use melted butter. And now we are going to mix it again, and once it is like nicely combined, we are going to add our flour. You can use any type of flour, whole wheat or all purpose. You have to add the flour gradually and mix it. So I used here 1.5 cup. It depends how much water you use to blend the lentils. So if you have used more water, you might have to use more than 1.5 cup. I'm just giving an idea because I added very little water to blend it, and it's going to take about 1.5 to 2 cup in general, but you can always adjust the consistency by adding the flour gradually. Now I let it rise for 1 hour, and after 1 hour, look, it is nicely risen. Just because I didn't want it to be very glutinous, so I didn't knead the dough, but if you want, you can knead it on the counter for 5 to 10 minutes with using some dry flour. But my dough is ready to go, so I just oiled and dusted a bread loaf pan, and I transferred all the mixture. Now I'll cover it and leave it in a dark place to rise it back again. The longer you keep it, the more it rises. So I didn't have enough patience, so I had to just bake it. So I waited 45 minutes and I directly put it in the oven for 25 minutes at 350 degrees standard temperature. And then I waited for 25 minutes and my bread was ready. So I got it out of the oven. Look at the color, it was really nice. And I let it cool down completely before I demolded. And when I just flipped it, and look how easily it came out. I wish I waited another half an hour before I bake it. It will rise higher when you wait longer. Now I will slice the bread. Slicing the bread was also easy, like slicing a butter. You can store this in an airtight container and it will be good for a week on the counter. In the refrigerator, it will be good for 2 weeks. So now slicing is done, and I'm gonna show you one slice of this bread. Look at the slice, it is so perfect, and it is really soft. It was not very glutinous, it was more like a cake texture, but it was very tasty and healthy at the same time. So I tried it with some peanut butter, but I think I have to find out the best way to eat this, and I will share it with you soon.